on a Saturn day for a Dark Night of the Soul reading. I am your hostess, the High Priestess Phoenix. I'm your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, and messenger of God. I am all of them reincarnated. I am the Lilith reincarnated, Isis and Kali. Ding a ding a ding a ding a ding. How many more? Many more, but those are usually the three that we roll with. And I keep my Kanyen close, but people want to be eating up the Kanyen. How dare you? Anytime we go into the dark, I take my Alistair. Who is Alistair? A demon avenger. He avenges those of dark deeds. So we're taking him with us. We're going to go over your hell, the gates of hell that I left you guys in from our last reading. Came up in last night's reading. We're just going to kind of go from there, see what you guys are trapped in and what's going on. I saw the reading coming. I was like, oh, don't make me do it. I don't want to do it. Why? Because I end up testifying and, you guys bear witness to my story. I show you mine. So hopefully you'll break open yours and, everybody will have a good cry and we all collectively heal. It's the whole point of this nonsense. Truthfully, all this is going to confirm is everything. Look, there's a dragonfly. Come over here. That's a big-ass dragonfly. All this is going to confirm is whatever bullshit came out of my mouth today and yesterday, which, what did we talk about? Oh, shit, don't come that close. We talked about karmic friends, lovers, and family members. Yeah, bow down to that. So in order to keep up with me, you'll have to catch other videos, and hopefully you could keep up. We're going to pull all these cards as they come to play. That's just some stuff that I've been playing with. And I had this oil made as soon as I came. It's the Lilith and the Kali put together. Do I have an Isis oil? No, but I do have the Kaifi that I use for ceremonies for anything having to do with the Egyptians. And so therefore you'll start to understand why I'm part of all pantheons and why I bring in all pantheons. You'll start to. Or maybe you won't. Who knows? Anyways, let's get started. So we're going to talk about the goddess hell. That's a whole big-ass, fucking huge-ass chapter. We'll get into it. Let's just get some confirmation and kind of go through there. So let's start with your dark mirrors. What are you projecting on other people? What are you hiding? What's behind door number 1? Don't know. Let's see. Are these the mirrors? Nope, that's not. Nope, that's Dante. Well, I guess let's just check with Dante. What part of hell, according to Dante's Inferno, are you in? Today, we're in 36. Welcome, respite. That's a good place to be. I actually like this card. If there was one to like. 36. Sorry, they're in multiple languages. See, I lost my note. Alright, 36. Welcome, respite. Okay, that is not the fucking card I have. Hold up. Yeah, it's the end of the journey. But that's not the card that I see in front of me. I'll show you in just a moment. Okay, let's see, the journey. Having passed through all of the darkness and the terror of the underworld, Dante and Virgil climb out of the abyss and once again see the sky filled with stars. Divination. This is the most joyous card in the deck. It both signifies that victory is on the horizon. Recognize the harrowing experience you have had getting to this place. Oh, you've ascended to the light. Well, I spoke of that last night, how you moved through the tree to come back to the light. But once you've found your way out, you have to go and get others out too. It's a responsibility to humanity. You've been shaped by your tribulations. Do not turn from your path. Strive just a little further and you will achieve what you set out to do. And you will have absorbed all the wisdom of the difficult odyssey you embarked on. This card also reminds us to share the gifts that we have earned with others, teaching what we have learned and making our journey a beacon for them to follow in the darkness. And that's it. After you've really overcome the dark night of the soul, and that's why I'm here with you again, you come out just long enough to go back in. You're like, okay, I made it. Why is there nobody here? Nobody's here. I have to go get somebody else. If just one. I've been swimming to the bottom of the pits of hell for you guys for 2 years and haven't pulled nobody out yet. I do it faithfully with the hope that I can get just one. And then there's, we can go get more. That's the whole point. We just keep swimming down there trying to get someone out of there. But ultimately, all I can do is show you the way. You have to do the work. And I show you how hard it is. And what is it? Crying? Ultimately. Alright, well, I'm hearing the freaking Boys to Men. We came to the end of the road. Only to turn around and start all over again. Congratulations. We'll start all over again. All around the world, the same song. There's Pock and Shock on the block. Alright, let's go into our dark mirrors now. Here we go. Let's see. Peaceful among the thorns is what I saw in 26. How are you guys? Did you have a good day? I had a good day. I wanted to kind of just crash and chill, and then they were like, no, you must read. Okay. I'm going to go with the card that's facing up because I'm not really familiar with that card. Anger and Chains. I really haven't seen that card. I don't recognize it. But then again, I don't have the best memory. You're talking to Dory. I could tell you more about other lifetimes than this one. This life really blew my mind, literally. Okay, let's go. 29. Anger and Change. Let's see. Moon phase is the waning crescent, a stage of anger. Oh, are you mad? Oh, I guess so. You want to be mad about some shit? Okay, we'll talk about it in just a minute. Force channeled outside, unreasonable, undirected, but powerful. Visual seed. Lions, the spark, and chains, and signs, and lines, all metal together. Geometry and colors, like an explosion. Here's your sentence. I gotta break free. I want to be free. Oh, well, this sounds like you. Want in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up. You've got to do more than want. This came to me first thing in the morning. I almost jumped up on live. It irritated the shit out of me. The Holy Spirit woke me up. I opened my eyes, and right away the message was, you have to do more than, or you have to be doing more than putting into you. And what they showed me was, it was very strange. It was Kelly. No, it wasn't Kelly. It was Frankie advertising for Magnetize Yourselves affirmations, you know what I mean, to do those subconscious affirmations. And so that as soon as I opened my eyes, they show Frankie saying, yeah, these things really work. You really need to be doing your affirmations. You really need to be putting all of that good stuff into you, is what I see as this vision. And then right after, the second vision is veal. You guys can pump all the greatness into you, but if you don't fucking move your body, then you're going to end up like those fat people on Wall-E. Literally, that you already are, just glued to a screen, fucking drinking your favorite fucking, $7 cup of fucking greatness. Ultimately, they gave that to me first thing this morning, is it's not what you're putting in, it's also what you're putting out. You could sit there, and I showed you that in the Bible Belt. These people do it religiously. They sit in front of the pastor, the preacher, the reverend. They sit in front of a teacher of God. You know what I mean? Religiously, 3 times a week, still to be ungodly and not know God. You can put in all this positivity and all this information, but until you start acting in it, you're just fucking filling yourself up like Kanye with a bunch of air that's going to blow out. That's all I want to say about that. If you want to break free, you got to break free. Just like me. I sat here all day. That's what I told the kids. I felt it. They're like, it's hot. What should we do? I was like, guys, if it's this hot here, imagine how hot it is down there. Nah, I feel it. We're supposed to just chill. So I did some laundry. We chilled. We went up to a closer store and got some stuff. And I was like, really? I need to figure out what God wants to do with me. All I know is that Arizona. He hasn't given me anything yet. So I need, I have to prepare my mind, because no matter what, we've used up our 14 days at this particular park. In Colorado, you can only stay 14 days within a 28 days at any particular park. All of the other parks are booked up for the rest of the season. You might catch a day here or there or anywhere, but ultimately that looks to me as a great big green flag, must go. And that's what I told him too. I was like, by Thursday, we've got to bounce. We got to bounce, and I need God to tell me where we're bouncing to. He hasn't shown me yet, so we're going to chill today and we're going to wait for it. And that's it too. I've got to break free. If he doesn't fully show me by then, I know that I cannot stay here. That's stupid. I already know that. He's already made it clear to me that I need to leave, and that's what I told him. I was like, winter is right behind us, you guys. The second we leave, they're going to get their first frost. He's holding it back for us, truthfully. He really is. You know what I mean? Like, it's time for us to go. And that's it. It's like, I have to go. Which way? I don't know. He only gave me one vision, and that's all he ever does. You have to step in blind faith in believing that that was true, what he gave to you. What did he give to you? Something you've never ever done before? Something in the unknown? Something that makes logical sense to your situation, but is still terrifying. But it makes sense. Going back to the video, I shared a video before I did this. I was still in Oklahoma. There was an old woman who was forced to, she chose to leave a bad relationship and move into her car. She was in Arizona. It was just a bunch of people, it looked like, in the middle of fucking nowhere, but they built this little community where they lived together around. And I was like, that's pretty crazy. So then all of a sudden, my spirit's like, go to Arizona. What you don't know is I follow the tribal lands. So naturally, yeah, what's out there? Come on now. Come on now. And we're going into winter, so where would we be? In the desert. In the dirt. So at this particular moment, no, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm never sure. When I came here to Colorado, I didn't have a plan. I told you I was going to go camping in the woods. I tried to do it my way, and they showed me the actual highway and where to go. But then they stopped me from there, and they brought me here. They'll take me there. I can't just wait for them to give me all the signs and you know what I mean, and drag my feet. Meaning on Thursday, what do? Go put us in a hotel and start using up money and trying to stay here waiting for the sign to leave? The sign is, I've already seen the sign. It's time to go. Right? Right. So the sentence is, I've got to break free. I want to break free. Going dark. Anger is not the road to clarity. It's not a controlled effort or a cold dish. It is raw, primal, explosive. It is the loss of reason, the loss of restraint. A bomb burning bright in black color. A wax seal, carefully crafted to be immediately broken. But anger is also freedom. How can you break a single thread woven with a million others? You can hurt their feelings and it's done. How can you unfetter yourself from a bad situation, letting all the rest unchange? It doesn't work like that. When you need to break free, you need to shake and shout. And more things will be broken, and then just what you want to hurt. They are like a bundle. You can target, but you cannot choose. Break many to break one. Save one to save many. I don't want to be insensitive to it, but at the end of the day, you just have to burn the bridge down. That's the biggest part of detachment. I have a visual that goes with this. I've seen it. After so many, they gave me this really cool visual of how it works. You get into this little comfort zone. You've made this little place your new little oasis where you feel good and you feel like you've overcome and you're away from, the trials of last week. You know what I mean? I'm not back in Oklahoma. I'm in somewhere better. But now it's over. It's coming to an end. And I don't want it to end because this is the best it has been. You know what I mean? When you're in these dark situations, you get very attached to the better situations. But ultimately, you cannot be. There's a limitation to your time and your experience. And that's it. This was a beautiful blessing and a beautiful experience, but the time has come. And you have to go on. And you don't want to. You're scared. You're like, I just want to make this my new home. I just want to start over. I just want to go back to where, you keep trying to ground yourself. You just try to hold on to something. But once it's started, there's no stopping it. So in the sense of how I see it is, you go through a new village. But ultimately, the bad guys, the devils, the adversary, the darkness. I see it in many different ways. It's kind of like the never-ending story. It's the darkness. It's coming for you. You've got into a new land. You're in a new kingdom. The people have let you in. They've fed you. They've dressed you. They've made you feel safe. But then they tell you must leave. They're coming for you. What's coming for you? Everything that you've left behind is at your door. All the sadness, all of everything, it's here to get you. If you don't leave now, it's going to get you. You've got to leave. Otherwise, you'll get stuck in all those terrible things again if you don't leave. will you come with me? No, but we'll walk you to the gate, and there'll be somebody else there. And so you drag your feet, waiting, thinking it's not going to happen. They're not going to come get me. It's not going to end up that way. But then it does. You're just like, fuck. All right, well, I knew this was coming. I've got to do something now. It's exactly what's going to happen. Right? So, what's a good example? They're showing me Bobby. Me and Bobby went rounds, right? Like, we had this great, amazing, beautiful talk. And then it got weird. And then I came out of the talk and I realized that was just all flesh and I have no business talking to you. So I blocked him. And I talked a bunch of shit about him the next day. So then he played some games and he put his page on public just to, flaunt himself to me. And so I was tempted, that my spirit said, like his page. I was like, if I like it, then he'll know that I'm there and he'll block me. It's like, so, do it. End this now. I'm like, oh, alright. And so I liked this fucking post. It freaked him out and he blocked me and we never talked again. And that's it. It's like you just have to make the choice. You just have to be willing to, put an end to it. Just know, if I do this, you're not going to talk to me anymore. Oh, well. And then later you understand why that was better for you, that you didn't, why it was brave of you to take that last straw. Because if you didn't, it was just going to linger. The game was just going to go on and you were just going to keep getting played. Ultimately is what it is. And there's lots of them. So they walk you to the gate and they get you out and they're like, run, run, run. And you get there and you get to your next place and you're welcomed in and they close the gates and now there's a new group of, experiences there waiting for you. But you can't get too excited. You can't get too stuck. It's just the new level. Because what's behind you is karma. It's always trying to reach back and bring you back into the pits of hell where you came from. There's always there's always the past. Friends, family, jobs, anything that makes you want to go back to who you were. And if you go back, you're trapped. If you even put one piece of it on you, you put the whole fucking experience down. You just got to keep going. It's difficult. And that started my first awakening. And it started with that. I was investing with trying to have a relationship with Bobby. But then I got... my eyes wandered. And then I noticed my second twin flame tree. I was like, say something. No, I could never say something. If I say something, he's going to run, and this is going to ruin everything. Yeah, but don't you have feelings? Yeah, but they don't matter. I can play this off. I can act like I don't care. And it started to eat me up. I just wanted to say something. And so I said it, and it destroyed everything as it was meant to be. But I was set free by just admitting I had a feeling. And by that, my feelings were real and relevant, and what came next was just cold and heartless. You know what I mean? Me opening up to my friend and telling him that I had feelings, and what he said to me about them was cold and heartless. Me opening up to Bobby and telling him about my feelings and what he said was cold and heartless. Do you know what he told me? Do you know why that one's a little bit more intense than all the rest? He told me I needed to put down the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. He disrespected my work, my actual purpose here in life, what I'm here to do. He didn't disrespect my skin. He disrespected my purpose in life, my new given life. It's pretty ugly. And it's like that. It's like, I forgive you. You hate that you hate me because you ain't me. But do you understand how disrespectful that was? And yeah, I know I said your kid had some kind of Down syndrome yesterday, but can you deny that you were drinking and doing drugs while she was pregnant? Shall we take that to shall we take that to court along with that fucking DNA test that you swear you did? Shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down, bitch. Anyways, going back to it, it's like, yeah, your truth is gonna destroy everything. But that's the point. Everything needs to go. Because if they knew how you really felt, they wouldn't be there. And that's the truth. Is like, you're not even being you. You're being someone else just to have them in your life. You're muzzling yourself to keep everything cool. That's it. Like, and that goes back to it. Like, am I going to apologize to Marshall? No. I'm not. I meant it. I said it. I didn't know we was arguing about some water, but what I was arguing about was very serious. You didn't take me serious. You didn't take our conversation serious. You didn't even want to sit down and have a serious conversation with me. Then we're seriously over, bro. This was serious to me. Image is serious. Not your stupid image. The image that we're supposed to be portraying ourselves as godly people. This shit is so ungodly. Sit down and shut the fuck up. Shall we keep going through the rest of you fucking icons? Sorry. Got a little anger on this. I feel that card. I feel it. But you have to be angry. You have to get to a place where I've had enough, dude. Mr. Nice Guy is getting... This isn't the guy I want to be in life. I'm not going to be this guy. I'm not going to be a bitch. Don't be a bitch, bro. I'm gonna loke up on your asses. I've had enough of this shit. Had enough. And you have to get to a place where you've had enough. Otherwise it never ends. It never ends until you've had enough and you speak your truth. And that's what happens. The second you open your mouth and you say how you truly feel, is over. And that's how you know it's over, because they're not going to forgive you. They're not going to accept how you feel. They're going to tell you you're an asshole, you're crazy, and they're going to start blaming you for some shit when all you're trying to do is tell them how you feel about what they did or the situation. You can't tell nobody how you feel because they don't care. They don't care about your feelings, and that's why you don't tell them, because you know they wouldn't fuck with you if they knew how you really felt. And that's the real ass truth. If I told you how I really felt, you wouldn't like me. Probably. I don't know. Where are we at? The crafter. Creativity. Well, it's funny. I was listening to the old schools today. It was great. I had, a lot of them. I mean, the Rapper's Delight came through. A bunch of old schoolers. And I was like, dude, that was when they listened. They listened. They just didn't sit there and talk so much. They listened to the Holy Spirit. They listened to the divine, and they were creative. And, going back, I started my morning, I think, with Prince. It's like they listened. They were inspired, divinely inspired. They didn't just take a fucked up thought and feeling about something they saw on TV or something that somebody said and write a whole fucking diss track. Music was art, everything, fashion. You guys are just fucking blow my mind. Blow my mind. Really, because it's all coming out of your minds. It's not coming from the divine. That's the truth. Number 15. Let me find this. Creativity is, you know what I mean? It's a divine expression, but not when you're just blowing your loads. Ugh. I told that to Russ today, too. I was like, it's been so peaceful without you. He posted he was coming home soon. I was like, oh, God. It's been so nice without you. Anyways, crafter. Allow vision and creativity to awaken and flow to craft a world that speaks of the old ways. Witchy guidance. In order to harness the craftsmanship of the old ways, you must first get creative. For it is through magical inspiration and inventiveness that witches can transform one thing into another. It is time now for you to do the same. I'm getting the smell of those Oreos. One of the most powerful tools a witch possesses is her mind. And that's what I said this morning. I was like, she said she lied and said she put a protective order against me. And I was like, you couldn't even stop me. You couldn't stop. Nobody could stop me because my power is within my mind. If I focus on a thought, that thought becomes materialized. Do you understand that? That's why you must master your mind and clear it, where it's just a clear space of nothing more than the infinite and the divine, where you are infinitely, divinely guided and inspired, where it's not of you, but outside of you. And that's knowing the difference. Where the fuck did this thought come from? Guys, I gotta tell you, let me just tell you what download I got, shit like that. Or if you catch somebody else's, you understand that. And that's it. So one of the most powerful tools that a witch's possess is her mind. A vivid and magical imagination is necessary for developing and working with the powers of creation. And that's it. I create with my mind. I create with my mind, not thoughts of what I think is a good idea that other people are doing. Oh, you know what you should do? No. I'm going to be guided into the unknown and what feels right. I have never been to, I'm going where I've never gone before, but I'm being guided, not in this life. for developing and working with the powers of creation. Witches train their mind through creative meditation so they can access visions and harness the power of their imagination, which are keys to successful magic. And that's it. What do I teach? A lot of music activation. Putting yourself in the right vibration allows for conversation. I know I'm rhyming. I can hear it too. And that's really it. It's your vibration. If you want to communicate with higher vibrational beings, then you need to be a higher vibrational being. You're never going to be able to create or to communicate with the light workers or any of the beings outside of human beings because they don't use their mouths. And it's the same thing that you going to a foreign country and not knowing the language. You will not know how to properly communicate with these people if you're limited to your voice. There's far more expression that is done between a human being or between all beings that is nonverbal. But all you do is run your fucking mouths. I ain't got to say nothing. And that's why, you know what I mean, the animals and everything else. It's my vibration. So, with that being said, you know, as far as the meditation I teach, that's a good thing to do, is keep yourself in high vibrational music. And that doesn't mean veal. It doesn't mean you're sitting there all day listening to some sociopath tell you that you're great. You are great. I'm great. I'm wonderful. I'm fabulous. I am a divine feminine. I'm all powerful. I'm this. Stop lying to yourself. Okay, you can't just fill yourself with a bunch of lies and start believing that, sociopath. You must become those things. You must become what you say you are in order for it to materialize. It's more than just that. There's the divine feminine, which is the creative side, but then there's the divine masculine where you put that creativity to work. You must create it, otherwise you're just a dreamer. Daydreamer and oh god, here comes the angels. Hey, that's which one I left out yesterday in my teachings of the tree and life. I was like, I don't know which one this is. That's home. That's the choirs that never shut up. They never shut up. Never, fucking not, never, ever, never. Oh, and the cherubim, yeah, they're just as loud. The seraphim, that's a whole nother screechy noise. That's the whole screech of the banshee. That's a whole scary noise, like dragons and shit. Anyways, going back to it. Let's see. You have the opportunity to create something new, to reinvent yourself and grow into an authentic and empowering version of yourself. But from people pleaser princess to high priestess. I don't know, you bitches is on some whole princess ass shit because you got daddy issues, so you want some dude to be your sugar daddy. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Russ. And then you said I'm gonna be doing a movie. Oh, are you jealous because Logic did a movie? What are you, an extra? What, are you the fluffer? I can't. Your acting is so horrendous in your own videos. God, please help me. Who? Oh yeah, that's your manager, dude. Your manager's weird. He gets you into some things that you just are not equipped to get into. So Russ says, I'm coming home and then I'm shooting a movie. I'm like, oh God, what's worse? What's behind door number 3? Oh no. Let me just hold my face together here. Let me put my skin back on. Why, Lord? A high priestess. What is a high priestess? You cannot be a priestess if you're not teaching God. Don't even. You're a high priestess is that teaches about the deities. Otherwise, you're a dark witch. Ugh. Take it. Wear it. That's what you are. And not even the cool kind like me that really is certified. You're just a dark ass Google witch. Ugh, bitch. You're an encyclopedia witch. Ugh, bitch. You couldn't even reincarnate as a full-ass witch. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm totally talking to you. Might be a fire sign. Come here. Let's have a thinking session. Just kidding. Starting new projects will get you a creative juices flowing. So fuel your creative... She got a whole 5,000 views and a whole 4,000 views out of all that fucking thousands and thousands of dollars. And she took her fucking dyke-ass girlfriend on Russ's tour. You box munching bitches. Oh, all for the gram. Graham crackers and milk is what I heard. Why buy the cow when you can milk that bitch for free? Hey, Sugar Daddy Kane over there. Big Rusta Bust. Fuck, you're humiliating us every day. Even when you're far away, you humiliate us. Gosh. Does your chain hang low? Does it wobble to the floor? Because it's tying you down. Stupid. Is that you feeling all fucking, all goony faced? Sorry, I can't stand him. Alright, sorry. Starting new projects, that's right, because they think they can start. Here comes Morgan bitching about it too. Starting new projects will get your creative juices flowing, so fuel your creativity by going outdoors for some witchy inspiration. We said this for like 3 days. Go outside. Stop fucking being in the internet, you fucking lawnmower man. Here you will find that nature gifts you with the raw materials you need to make and create. Be careful not to ignore that piece of driftwood shaped as a dagger, or that pretty hawthorn, the wood which makes, I'm seeing the one in my car, which makes for wonderful wands. Inside of my car is my wand, and that actual antler is an actual piece of wood that I found. I can't make it up. God who gives me shit. It literally is in there. It's like a total cool ass wand. Do I use it? No, I can fucking use my fingers and my brain. I don't need to put it into shit. Like, if you were here, I'd be like, here, let me put some magic in this and use this. And that's what I do. I'll anoint shit. I'll put my power into shit for you, like a candle or something, an incense. Here, go burn this in your house. This will help you. But otherwise, no. And that's because my belief is better than yours. It really actualizes. I could show you with scientific equipment that it materializes, but your brains can't understand that. Because there's whale shit, and then there's... Just kidding. I'm very much in my Cali, bro. I'm in my Lilith. I'm not fucking with you. We're going into hell. I have to be a bitch. It's just who I am. Here you will find that nature... Open your eyes to the creative potential that's all around you. We witches love to get our hands on anything we can craft and use. From besoms to athemes. Every witch needs to... And it's so funny. There's one over there. Okay, alright. I'm an asshole. Okay, I'm a total witch. I saw it. Come here, walk with me. So, the other day when I did that last week when I did that super ritual up in Blackhawk, I used a very special plant, a special one that I'd been carrying since a year before at Blackhawk, one of these, and I saw it right here. They're starting to bloom. So these ones are dead, but there's a couple of them that are alive. Oh, I should take one because they're very powerful. Look, there's deer shit right here. Yeah, I'm a whole witch, bro. I know what's going on. So that's what they are. It was something like this. It was in my ritual from last week. And I did it with the redwoods. I had to mix a very special blend. And then it rained for like 6 hours. Thunder, lightning, God, and all the fucking bullshit that broke into my car. I was like, damn it. Why do you make me do all this crazy shit? Because I have a better plan. Destruction is the plan. Fine. Whatever, God. Anyways. So, yeah. I'm drawn to shit. Like, oh, I have a special envelope of secret stuff that I carry it all, a bunch of stuff, like, I don't know, pine cones and flowers and all kinds of shit, and I know when to pull it out and be like, hey, let's burn this shit down. True story. Okay. Use proficiency and care to carve special symbols into your tools, or better still, hand turn your own place within them magical intent and sigils that will work uniquely for you. Knit your own charms, sew your own puppets, and make herbal sachets. Okay, so that's what I do. Not really. I don't make no little satchels or anything. I'm a fire witch. I put together special essences, special herbs and stuff. Sage burns. It's in there. In my Jewish ashtray. Sorry, I can't. It's just a fucked up joke, as life is. Anyway, so that's what I do. And I can put them together, special brews, and I put them together and I burn them, so that way it travels through the ethers, through all different layers of reality. I send messages in the smoke. Yeah, smoke signals, bro. Puff, puff, pass. I'll tell you how it goes. Come here. Let me light your ass up. Anyways, being ingenious and resourceful, just like the good, cunning folk of yesteryear. The masterfully hone your creative artistry and vision as you craft a new magical path for yourself with witchy aptitude and flair. You were born with the power to create. Light side unveiled. Be sure to nurture your talents and share your witchy workmanship with others. Nature nimbles hands, and they want me to tell you what's in that sage burn. Hold on. Natural nimble hands and a can-do attitude together with practice improves proficiency. Trusting your imagination and mental powers is key to success and creative projects and effective magic. Okay. What was in that one? I have a special blend that I had made a long time ago of Jonah and Arc. It's got a blue. It looks like it's just this blue stuff that I have. It's like a blue incense blend in a baggie. I have a very special one. My very first brew was a love potion. It's very potent. I couldn't even tell you what was in it. It was my very first potion that I ever brewed, and that was to unleash divine love. So I put some of that in there. Inside of there was juniper. Let me think. There was eucalyptus. Oh, Jesus. There was, lots of stuff. There was clovers. There's always 3 cloves. I threw some cinnamon. Palo Santo, of course. I'm seeing it, but I can't think of it. The Rose of Jericho. There's more. Juniper. Lots of juniper. I've been burning lots of juniper. It smells so delicious. Lots of juniper. I'm missing something. There's something I'm missing. Yerba Santa was in there. I think. There might have been more. Again, that was just this most recent one. I have all kinds of crazy stuff. It just depends what I'm doing. Trusting your imagination and mental powers is key to success to creative projects and effective magic. Shadow side unveiled. Sensory overload may have caused your visual perception to close down. Instead of denying the creative pursuit you love, start crafting, making, and creating. Get stuck in and let your natural skills and talents shape your imagination once again. That means if you're having writer's block, then paint. Do something else creative. If you can't do what you normally do to be creative, then try another creative outlet. Try to cook or something. Go to the store and buy a bunch of shit and make some weird fucking plant, some weird, I don't know. Or go and redecorate a room or something. Find another way to be creative. If you typically write music, then don't do that. Do something else. Draw a picture. You know what I mean? Write some jokes. Comedy is totally creativity at its best. Okay, incantation to crafters. Imagination is the key to harnessing creativity. Crafting skills honed to create, carving paths of mastered fate. Crafter magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be. There, it is done. A tiny spark of an idea or vision birthed into physical manifestation is pure witchery magic. And that's all it is. If you can think it, you can, you know what I mean? If you build it, they will come. That's it. I had a thought. What kind of thought? Oh, God, let's talk about Benjamin Franklin. He's my favorite. My son? He makes me laugh all the time. That motherfucker was like, yeah, I'm going to catch electricity. Did I show you the tree? Yeah, so did the tree. The tree caught electricity, too. Imagine, dude, this is my son, reincarnated. How many times did he get fucked up? How many people laughed at him? How many people thought he was crazy? Now look it. We run off electricity. And then he came back as Albert Einstein. Again, just trying to catch... You know what I mean? Trying to put it all together. And then you guys turned into a big-ass fucking bomb and shit. Oh, fuck. So what's he going to come up with this time? Ooh, the arc reactor, hopefully. But anyways, it's just funny to me. It's like, man, what a fucking idea. That was one hell of an idea, Big Ben. I can't imagine how many times you fried yourself. No wonder you were such a weirdo by Albert Einstein. German. And then you got fucking Joan of Arc over here. She's already changed her name. Who are you? You're not the girl I gave birth to. Just kidding. Going on. Yeah. Carve, paint, knit, sew, or make your own witchy crafts to place at your altar. Assist in your magical work and inspire you as the creativity, crafty witch you truly are. Well, it's funny because these bones my daughter found, I don't know, but bones are always welcome at the altar. I never carried bones, so then they had to come with us. My daughter came up with this too, which was lavender, and I put that there, and then all my other bullshit. The altar we put at the altar what we put at the altar. So I've been noticing, and it's so funny, they're not really, but I can feel how heavy these are. These are grounding ones. So what is that? That's the sound of the universe. Something you would never know. And the Tree of Life. Did I know this when I first got him? No, I was like, Holy Spirit, why am I buying jewelry? I am so broke right now. Why am I buying jewelry? Good stuff. Good stuff. Anyways, crafts, yeah, to who you really are. So anyways, they want you to become creative. You have to, put your mind into something. They want you to be creative with your imagination. Makes sense, because you have to put all that energy somewhere. You know what I mean? Everything starts with an idea, but not all ideas are great, dude. You guys have like weird shit like sex dolls and AI and fucking all this weird shit going on right now. These are not good ideas. There was movies that told us not to do such things. There was books too. You guys just don't listen. Anyways, let's check with the demons. Let's see what demon you should learn from. Which one of the fallen angels are you inhabiting? What's going on?
You probably saw two guys kissing.
You saw two guys kissing?
Yeah,
with their tongue?
I saw it.
With their tongue?
I don't know. I was looking that close. You want me to go back and tell you?
No. I just didn't know how visual it was. I can't visualize it. That's why I was like, alright, I don't need to. Alright. Flavros. Alright. So what are demons? Demons are fallen angels that you blame on yourself, but they're just an energy that you inhabitate. Luckily, I went to Cerberus. Okay. Anyways, luckily, we're just here to teach you not to learn from our mistakes. Alright. Flavros is the Duke of Hell, who is a general in command of 20 or 36 military units, according to Wires. His appearance is that of a ferocious leopard, as it is fitting to military prowess. He can also transform into the shape of a man, but his eyes will retain the fires of his infernal origin. Okay. Flavros is said to be a liar who will belittle or beguile those who conjure him and try to coerce them under his command. He can, however, be bound with a magical triangle. See also Socks, page 119, in which he will only tell the truth. However, that seems to be a test as far as Flavros is concerned. Once he's been properly bound within the requisite triangle, he is very glad to help and more than willing to conversate about heaven and hell and about the military campaigns during the great war of heaven that led to Satan and his followers being casted out. Oh, he wants to tell you the whole story of what he saw. Can I get a witness? Shut your fucking mouth, bro. That's why you have to do the right thing or he ain't telling you shit. He's got to be in the triangle. In the triangle. It is said that if he lies to those he does not believe worthy or are prepared for his presence, but once satisfied, he will give his full assistance and attention to them. Divination. Focus on unlikely allies. People that we may distrust can be honest in certain situations. Oh man, I don't know if I trust you with the whole kidnapper van over here. I don't know. You have to let your guard down sometime. And we talked about that yesterday. You can't be always, you just don't know. You have to feel it out. There's some people that, you know what I mean? And me being from the dark side, I trust the street people way more than I trust these fucking money people. People with money do weirder things than street people. Street people are, we act by a certain code of conduct. You guys, you just be acting. I'll be shooting a movie. Who are you gonna play? Enough. I'm gonna stop there. We're gonna go into our goddess, and then we will end with Aradia. Where are we in our dark goddess? We are in hell. Dun, 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 dun. Your concealments, your secrets, and all that great fun shit. Where are we at? Alright, your lessons is acceptance, honor, and patience. The themes are dark magic, compassion, death, reincarnation, rule, denial, secrecy, and necromancy. Okay, I want to point that out. Isis, resurrection. Lilith, equality. Kali, destruction. Why is this like this? Why do I always tell you ascending master Lilith? Well, if you knew these, I was already a goddess. I am demonessed in my Lilith. I have to restore my Lilith. All of my other lives are closed and, it's a done deal. But the Lilith, I didn't fulfill the prophecy of the Lilith. And that's why, you know what I mean? That's why you get the Lilith, because that's the life I didn't live. I went from being God's Lilith to, what I became. On page 119, again. All right, let's talk about hell. The Dark Goddess is one scary and confusing witch to look upon, for her appearance is both beautiful and fearsome. She is often depicted as a half-black, half-white monster, with one side of her face being greenish-black color, with clear, smooth skin and high cheekbone, revealing a grim beauty similar to the face of the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz. The other side of her face is composed of rotting white flesh, just like that of a corpse, exposing bone, sinew, and dark caverns. So think of Two-Face from The Dark Knight. Her deathly face rocks a sinister and gloomy look that gives her a gruesome, half-dead, half-alive air, while her presence is vast, commanding and magnetic. You will feel her pull as she awaits in the silence of your darkness, and you will retreat into. She governs the world beyond the living, and it is the magic that makes thin the veil between worlds. Hell's reputation has been greatly perverted over the years and used as a scare tactic to frighten the masses into religious submission. The concept of hell was created by those in authority in a newly formed Christian church as an afterlife location in which evil souls are subject after death to eternal suffering and torturous punishment, which makes hell one of the most interpreted and misunderstood goddesses in history. Okay, I had this talk all over the Bible Belt. It was my favorite question. First question, where is heaven? Everybody likes to look into the fucking ozone and straight up into the universe. Okay, so then I tell them, so where is this place that God has created where he puts all of these souls? Where is this place? And everybody looks up. Okay, fine. The second question, where is hell? Where is this place that God puts all of these people to suffer? Why does he make you suffer in this life and in the afterlife? Where is this place? Where are these places? Where is heaven and hell? Where's these secret places outside of humanity? Heaven and hell lie here on earth. It's a consciousness. As they say, it's a vibration. Any moment of your life can be heaven or hell. You can have the best moment of your life, and then all of a sudden it becomes hell on earth. It's a consciousness. There's not a special place where God puts you to suffer, and there's not a special place where God puts you to be rewarded. That special place is here on earth, within yourself. Because when you feel like you're walking on sunshine, it's just a typical day of the week anyways. You don't feel like heaven on earth on your birthday, Christmas, New Year's, Halloween, 4th of July, vacation, your wedding day, birthday, when you gave birth. Those are not they're moments in time where you experience heaven on earth filled with joy. But it's not outside of you, it's here. And it's a vibration that you can occupy at any time. You can choose to sit in your negativity and make every day hell on earth for yourself, your family, your coworkers, anybody that you cross paths with. It's within you. He hasn't put a special place aside for the good and the bad. That was created to tell you, if you don't act like this, then God's judgment. You mean Jesus? That's what they tell you. Every single one of them tell you, if you don't act, walk, talk, look, dress, and follow all these rules, then you will be casted into the eternal fire for all eternity after this life. The same people that supposedly speak of the words that Jesus said, which was that of the opposite, that the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit lie within you, that you are forgiven, that he is forever forgiving you. So that goes back to it. If I'm wrong and you're right, then that means you're doomed. According to which book? And that was the fight that I had with with Mr. Plum. So you're telling me that the Church of Christ is the only religious factor that gets to meet the God? It's the only one. You guys are the only ones practicing it. That's funny, because that's what the Hindus believe. That's what the Muslims believe. That's what the Baptists believe. That's what the Lutherans believe. That's what the Catholics believe. We all believe that if you do it, you only do it our way, or you don't get to see the kingdom of God. But yet none of them know God. None of them walk in the Holy Spirit. Absolutely none of them. They live by the law of the book, as he told you not to. He proclaimed what was going to be, and here we are. telling it's regenerative, to be honest, because they told about him before he got here, and then he gets here and tells us where we are going to be. Soon there will be a day where you will not run to this mountain or to the next. The temples will fall. They have no power over you. Again, who wants to go with me to the Vatican and watch me blow that big guy's hat off and put a dirty thought in his head? That guy doesn't know God. He knows the Bible, as well as the rest of your guys. They don't know God, they know the Bible. And they use that Bible to persecute you in the name of Jesus Christ, going back to the Spanish Inquiry and all the rest of them. I'm totally here to set you free from that bullshit, as Jesus did many years ago. He told you, walk by the Spirit, walk by your heart, not by your knowing. Thanks for giving you the apple of knowing, of good and evil. You know what is right and wrong, but your heart tells you differently. Your heart tells you differently, but you have to be logical about everything. Your mind knows so much, and it will walk you straight into destruction. And then later you're like, oh, I saw the red flags. I felt it. I knew, but I didn't. You didn't trust thyself. You didn't know thyself. You didn't listen to the Spirit within you. You listened to the world outside of you. You were led to the slaughter because you didn't listen to yourself. Know thyself. That heart. And that's why the witches were so powerful, because we used our heart. We didn't follow the mind. We didn't follow what was put. And to be truthful, the women were denied any kind of education. We weren't given thoughts. You didn't fill our head with thoughts. We were left with nothing but feelings. Creativity, divine femininity. How do you feel where you sit here in your dungeon, locked in this house, in your kitchen, as the housemaid, as the mule of the family? You didn't have a voice, and in many countries, women still do not. You do not get an education. A free thinker is a woman that is a demon. A woman with thoughts is a dangerous thing. But yet men know so much. The patriarchy. Oh, gotta love it. Anyways, going back to it. So your creation of hell is created by the churches, as well as Satan. God didn't create that. What the fuck are you talking about? You guys have created this thing that has more power than God. And you say that it's out to get you. Where is your God? Where is this? That your God doesn't protect you from this thing. This thing. Satan. What is it? I practiced all kinds of dark divinations. I know all of the demons. I'm fully equipped for exorcisms. Show me your Satan, and I'll show you my God. There's no such thing. It's a creation of your own mind. The things that somebody saw it on TV. You were told. You take everything at face value, just like you believe that they covered up his genitals while they hung him on the cross. Yeah, I'm sure they showed him the respect. Right? Oh, let's not show his genitals after we've completely, humiliated this man for believing that we could be free without atonement. That's what they killed him for. They killed him because he kept telling people that they were free. They killed Martin Luther King because he kept telling people they were free. They killed, fucking Abraham Lincoln because he told people they were free. Freedom will get you killed. Many have died for your freedoms. And going back to the card is, you have to, how many people died for you to have such freedoms? And yet you sit in these self-imposed hells saying, I can't do such things because what would people say? You're bound by mass, by mask perceptions. If you're not part of society, then you're not part of anything, and you'd rather be part of the flesh than be that of the spirit. Get in where you fit in, right? Anyways, hell is one of the most misinterpreted and misunderstood goddess in history. She rules over the realm of the same name, but don't make a mistake for one of fire and brimstone as depicted in Christian teachings. For her underworld is void of any warmth. Instead, the poor soul who journeyed across icy lands. I'm seeing Dante. Hold on. icy lands to the lair could expect an eternity of frigid cold death and torture. And we did just read that. Okay, so Dante's Inferno and, Purgatory, that was one of my biggest ego deaths, is it because it's a perfect alignment of the Christian walk. As you overcome certain levels of sin, karma, low vibrationals, you go into new levels, new devils is what they say it is. It's a constant struggle to get out of the skin that you wear, which we spoke about yesterday. You know what I mean? All of the different layers to your being. You have your biological being that's created of your mother and your father, and then created of their mother and their father. So then, yeah, you have your biological ancestors. But there's more to your being than their cursed seed. Because if that's the case, then you're nothing more than the cursed children of Adam and Eve. Why should you live? Do you not pursue all things of the flesh in this life? Do you serve humanity? Do you? Are you of the flesh? Do you bear fruit? For if you do not bear fruit, you shall never bear fruit, so says Jesus. All are called, few choose. It's a choosing of your own free will, and I show you, God can't force you to do the right thing. He can keep forcing outside elements to make you see the right way, but you're going to keep grabbing onto what you think is right because you have that knowing. You know what is right for you. You know what is right and wrong. You know what is good is evil. You know what I mean? Because you are your own God. Self-preservation. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There's whale shit, and then there's you at the reptilian self-preservation of needs. You need the most basic needs to feel any type of, security. There's no faith. There's no help. There's nothing outside of you. You don't believe that there's something outside of you that governs not just you, but anything outside of you. So you are in these massive pursuits for your own happinesses. In this undeniable idea that you're in control. But you're not. You're in a karmic loop. You're going to keep learning the same lesson. And that's those mornings where you're like, why does this keep happening to me, God? Why, God? Why does this always happen to me? You're so busy screaming at him that you won't listen to what he's screaming at you, why this keeps happening. And what is he trying to do? Break you free from that no longer serves you? How many times did he try to get you to walk away from it before it came to this point? And you saw it was coming. You knew it was coming, but you kept trying to avoid the coming. You want to be in the situation, but you don't want to accept what the situation leads to. And that goes back to being, Bobby's side chick. Anytime I talk to you, I'm on the outside, and this is going to ruin my reputation. This is going to ruin my vibration. This is going to ruin my family. This is going to ruin everything for me to have a little bit of enjoyment with you, butthole. No, I will sacrifice my, my attachment to the way you made me feel in order to feel better about myself and my life. And that's just kind of it. It's like, do you want to stay in these stuck-ass situations? Do you want to accept that, oh, I've got more power over you than your wife. Let me talk dirty to you while your wife's sitting there and make her feel like nothing just because I can. Just, let me just be that bitch. How about not this lifetime? Not this lifetime. How about not? And she shouldn't sit there listening to this shit either, and you shouldn't be doing that to her. And that's making a stand for everyone. Everybody stand up. So going back to it. She rules over the realm of the same name. Instead of poor souls who journeyed across icy lands to her lair could expect an eternity of frigid cold, death, and torture. Hell's realm was a basis for Judeo-Christian place in which upon death, sinners were banished to and tortured for eternity. And that's it. They tell you what sins are unforgivable. Going back to the LGBTQ, that's not a choice. God has put inside of this human being a love for the same sex or whatever the case may be, the dynamic may be. This is part of their genetic makeup that God has given. And now your church has come and said they are ungodly, that God created a monster, that they choose to be a monster. And then they turn into motherfucking Jeffrey Dahmer, and we got a real monster on our hands. But even he's in the fucking gates waiting to cross over. According to the rule, he's been forgiven. But the rest of, you know what I mean? Like, you decide. They decide who gets to go to heaven. They decide. That's not what Jesus said, bro. They have no power. They have no power over your eternity. However, unlike Judeo-Christian concept of hell, Helheim and this is going back to Odin in the Nine Realms, also served as a shelter and gathering place of souls to be reincarnated. From her magical, and this is where I found my mother. You know what I mean? She was just stuck in her own hell. Why? Because she was a bitch. She was a terrible fucking dog of a human being. My dog's name is Nana. My mother was forced into that dog for being a dog in her real life. Nobody wants to hear that, but I'll tell you it. Where do you think is going to happen to you in the next life? You're lucky that God gives you another chance, instead of locking you up into some brimstone and burning your fucking flesh for all eternity. No, he's going to bring you back and give you another chance to do better. You're going to be a dog, be a good dog. Then maybe next time you'll be a human again, and we'll see if you could do a human again. You want to be a shit human? Okay. And therefore, that's my, 39 years of a shitty life. Because I am the Lilith. I had it coming. I had this coming. Okay? I was a shit, so I got shit done to me. It's just. It's called justice. And that's it. You serve your justice here, not after. You do it here. You walk in the spirit here. You die to the flesh here. You don't just, no. You're going to wake up and be like, oh shit, I'm alive again. Yup, clean up your fucking mess, dickhead. No free will this time. Use it better. That's what I mean. Helheim also served as a shelter and gathering place for souls to be reincarnated. From her magical advantage point of the underworld, Hell watches over those who die peacefully of old age or illness and cares for both children and women who die in childbirth. And that's it. Their contract is to be here for that time. Ultimately, I can tell you from the light, the gates are not open. Heaven's not open. Jesus opens the fucking gates. It's a terrible place, dude. I spend all my time in the spirit world. But then when I'm sucked into the light, it's all God's glorious fucking, all of that. All of that. But humans are not there yet. The final judgment hasn't come. So they go to a place. And that's where I was like, where's this place that I'm at? Where's this bosom? Where's these people? And then when I realized it, when I went back into the light, and Pac's on the other side, and everybody's on the other side, and I'm crying, like, why aren't you here? Because he hasn't opened the gates yet. That fucking broke my heart. So the spirit realm is where? Here. Everything lies here. It's beyond your eyes, but you can sense it. You can feel it. And that's going back to, connecting with your loved ones and all of the necromancy. She guides those souls who do not choose to die in battle, for they go to feast in Valara through the process of death and rebirth. Like many other dark goddesses in history, Hell has been demonized, but who is she, and is it justified? Hel is the daughter of the Norse trickster god Loki and Angrboda, a giantess. And her siblings were Fenrir, that was the wolf, and the Midgard serpent, Jormungandr. Okay? So you're like, what? Yeah, they had a daughter. But then you go back to, you go back to Ganesh. Ganesh was part elephant. Not all of our children, and that's, I'm seeing Sarah Dwin, you know what I mean? They have it now that they can test you and they can tell you if your baby's going to be fucked up, and you can make a choice to abort the baby because it's going to have, it's going to have a fucked up life. They can tell you by science now whether or not if your kid is going to have some kind of dysfunction through its life. But even back then, no woman or father wanted their child to suffer. Is kind of how that looks like, and there's many stories of it. You know what I mean? It's like, you're not going to like how this turns out. So anyways, going back to it, they birthed a wolf, and then they birthed a serpent, and then they birthed a daughter, who lies at the bottom of the ocean, wrapped along the world, holding together with his tail in his mouth. Hel grew up in the land of the grains until Odin, the king and ruler of Seer, decided she should live with the gods in Asgard. For this, where her father Loki hailed from. Odin is one of the first of the Seer gods, and was born of the primal giants of Jotun. He was the father of many, including Loki and his brother Thor. And then there was Baldur. There's another great story. Loki killed Baldur too. They left a lot out of the movies. The god of thunder. However, when Hel arrived, her grim features did not please the other gods, and they railed her They rallied for her. I'm seeing Hades. They rallied for her to be casted out of Asgard. Ashamed, Hel seized the chance to be hidden away, and she became the goddess of death, where Odin gave her Niflheim, one of the 9 worlds to rule over. In Norse mythology, and the 9 worlds are Niflheim, Muspelheim, Asgard, Midgard, Jotunheimer, Vanheim, Alfheimer, Sartafalheimer, Helheim, and they are held in the branches and the roots of the world tree Yggdrasil. It's always a tree. It's always a tree. Okay. Known as the House of Mist, icy cold Niflheim was situated in the lowest level of the universe, in the realms of death. It was a place of constant wailing, and the walls built of worms and human bones. In one section of the realm was the Shore of Corpse, upon which... Okay, let me start over. I'm seeing too many downloads. Okay, going back to Hades. Zeus loved Hades. It was just, that's your job. Okay. Going back to Thor loved Loki. That's just his job. Abel loved Cain. That's just who he was. Joseph loved his brothers. That's just who they were. You know what I mean? It's just who they were, right? So they're showing me also Mufasa and Scar. It's like, you know, they feel outcasted, so they go to be outcasted. You know what I mean? There was nothing wrong with Scar other than, you know, his his evil feelings about not being chosen. So therefore, I'm just going to go to the outskirts and make friends with the outskirts. Sound familiar? That's just the story. It's like, you don't want me, then I'll go where I am wanted, and I'll find my own family. It's supposed to be relatable in that sense. It's like, you know, I came here as family and nobody wanted me. So then I went somewhere else and I found a better family and I rule over a better place. And I don't need to be part of your place. That's what they're really getting across right here. Okay? And that's what happened to her. They didn't like how she looked and they talked about her and they made her feel terrible. So she asked to be, you know, to go live somewhere else. She asked and it was given. And he didn't say, no, I understand why you don't want to be part of this. It's like, I feel like hell. Let me go to where I feel best. And that's what happened to me in Oklahoma. You guys want me to be a witch that just runs away and lives in the fucking dirt and in the woods? Fine. That's exactly what I want. Baba Yaga style. I want to live in the woods. I don't want to be around humanity. You don't want me? I don't want me. I don't want to be here either. I'll stay far away from you, as far as I can. It's just how you feel. You know what I mean? Once you're outcasted, you can either try your hardest to be part of the cast, right, Russ? Or you can take your role and stand up beautifully in that role. It was full of murderers, perjurers, and let's see. It was a place of constant wailing. The walls were built of worms and human bones. In one section of the realm was a shore of corpses, upon which the castle of venomous serpents stood facing north. It was full of murderers, perjurers, and adulterers who suffered at the hands of the dragon named Nindhug. Hell became the ruler of the underworld and welcomed all souls who had not died a warrior's death. In times of plague and other disasters, she would ride her white, 3-legged hell horse, searching for lost souls to gather for her kingdom. On her return to her palace, which was named El Judinor, she was waited upon by 2 servants called that's so funny because I saw it in my demon cards, Gangalite and Gangalat, who never appeared to actually move. They served her meals in a dish named Hunger and with a knife named Famine. I'm seeing a bunch of downloads. Here she enjoyed entertaining the dead in a weird, macabre way before returning to her bed, which was named Sickness. Listen, they served her meals on a dish named Hunger. They served her hunger with a knife named Famine. They served her hunger and famine, and she laid in a bed called Sickness. In return for her new position, Hel gifted Odin 2 ravens named Hugin and Mungin, or Thought and Memory, for the power of thought creates and memory keeps that creation alive. And that's it. That's my most powerful thing is I can visit a thought, alchemize it, and completely forget it, and it no longer exists anymore. The two ravens flew across the 9 worlds and returned to report back to Odin on, and that's what I posted in my community page multiple times today. I had the two hawks or the crows or ravens. I couldn't tell you what the difference. They were all over my campsite today. The two ravens flew across the 9 worlds and returned to report back to Odin all they had saw and learned throughout the kingdoms. Let's see. It goes on to tell this big fat story. Message from hell. Restriction and control has dimmed your spirit and suffocated the expression of your soul. Your power is internal, yet you are held down by the heaviness of burdens and tied into emotional commitment. I know the difficulties you've faced, for it has indeed been an arduous journey. There are only so many times you can endure harsh criticism, judgment, and unfair comments, all because somebody fears your power. Having recognized your full potential on all levels has led you to buy false doubt, worry, and insecurity. Oh gosh, here comes that P. Diddy bullshit. That's it. And that's what I said earlier. You know, my family, they rallied, they ganged against me and said that I was mentally ill because I was spiritual. Again, guys, as soon as you become spiritual, you become crazy. I don't know how that happened. Thanks, Kanye. But as soon as you become spiritual, you become crazy. You don't fit into a box. You're not part of collective anymore. You're not acceptable. You're not, society doesn't accept you in this form. So you have to be prepared for that. And then once they do that, they start coming up against you, and you feel like you have to defend yourself. Defend your honor, defend your, what you're doing. You're reading cards, you're doing this, you quit your job, you did all this. I'm telling you, everybody that was supposed to be in my corner are the people that turned against me when I turned to God. When I was no longer serving them in their flesh and I was only serving God, then I was no longer serving to them. And then there was a problem. They wanted to talk about me. They wanted to spread all of these false narratives about who I was and what I was doing. Oh, she's into witchcraft. She's into devil worshiping. She's doing all this. She's not taking care of her kids. She quit her job. She's on drugs. She's a sex worker. She's doing all of these things. What? Projections. Did you see that on TV somewhere? And that's what was so fucking unbelievable, is because, as I do still regularly, it was reporting 3 to 4 or 5 times a day. At what point was I, fulfilling any of those lies? When I'm spending all my time documenting the whole awakening and healing process, as I'm learning every single stone, crystal, and herb. I'm learning every candle, every healing melody, or, modality, every religion, every god, every, prophecy. How am I doing these things that you say that I'm doing? And that goes back to that message I pulled this morning. She says, you and your weird. That's all you got a restraining order against weird? You went to the police and told them that I was magically weird? Or what did you tell them? No, you didn't. You lied. There's no way you would have walked in there. You would have looked like a crazy person. And that's what I said. We could go to court. We could totally do the psych evaluation. My IQ is beyond that. But again, nobody's going to evaluate me without the proper credentials. If you don't even understand the magnitude of the science of the brain that you're working with, then you're not going to size it up. Most definitely not, especially you that are currently in therapy or lack it and have a medical background that shows that you've taken psych medications before in your life. At any point that you've been put on psych medications, it is a never-ending turn. You're supposed to stay on those medications. You're supposed to stay on it. It is a roadmap to the rest of your future. And that comes with major, therapy, which I'm sure that you don't have health care coverage to take care of. Going back to it all is like, don't you question my consciousness when you yourself are suffering from your childhood wounds and you're out here projecting? I just want to tell you that it does happen. When you step into your spirit, everybody wants to come at your flesh. Like they got something to say about the skin you wear. Let's talk about your skin. Let's see. Let's date that shit. Going into it, sorry. I just got to tell you. The world has waited long enough for you to grace it with your individuality. It's time to be your authentic self and to no longer cower behind the mask you've worn for too long. And that's it. You're not fucking with Lisa no more. I know that Lisa used to let you talk to her like that. I know that Lisa used to let you get away with shit like that. I know Lisa used to act like that. Lisa's dead, bitch. You're dealing with the High Priestess Phoenix. Don't make me wiggle my fucking fingers and put something on you. Lisa's dead. That shit's dead. The only thing that comes back are the memories of the trauma that you put her through. I'm not that bitch. I'll never be that bitch. And if I remember what you did to that bitch, you're gonna remember it too. And that's just how it goes. And that goes back to it, the fucking family. You motherfuckers, you're the fucking reason that I was born like this. Genetics, you're all fucked. Majorly. Fucked. I cured what couldn't be cured. Through God, not science. Idiot. And I documented the whole thing. How you doing? Shit. Let's document your trauma. Let's just look at your criminal background. How about that? You want to pull your fucking medical records? Because I'll totally sign a waiver right now. You can look at mine's. You can run it back. I'm the only one in my family that can pass a background check and a fucking drug test. Pull my hair. Swab my throat. Bitch, please. Anyways, going back to it. Yeah, that was this morning. And that goes back to my karmic ass best friends, all coked out. You got one on Adderall. You know, that's what happened to, that's how I knew Bobby was coke and fucking, you know what I mean? Coke and fucking alcohol. I would have never. Yeah, have to be crazy and on drugs and alcohol to sleep with you, hang out with you type of people. Believe me when I say I understand your desire to fit in with the world around you, but it also, and that goes back to my family. Here we are at a wedding, and if I don't fucking do blow with you, then I'm gonna have to go. If I'm not part of it, then I'm not part of it. I've been clean for how many years? Over 20 years. And now I'm at your wedding, and now I've got to, in order to hang out at this wedding and be part of the family, I gotta fuck up my recovery just to be part of it. Nah, I did it twice, and then I left the bag to your daddy. It's like, no, I can't do this no more. I'm going home to my children. You guys have a great weekend. But I also hear the deep call of your soul. It is time to reveal the truth of the situation. Yeah, are you still married to Mark's son? Mark the Coke Lord? His son? Are you still married to him? That's how he introduced himself to us. I'm Mark the Coke Lord. I used to sell weed here at a dispensary, but I moved up to Coke. Wow, way to go. Do you remember that? No, Buster's dead. We were leaving, and Buster and Dee are walking up. I'm like, well, we met Mark the Coke Lord. You might want to stay away from him. There's a bunch of cocaine going on back there at their engagement party. Oh, guess what? Wait till the wedding comes at the Westin. Oh my God, was it the Westin? I'm pretty sure it was the Westin in Broomfield, right? It was one hell of a coked out night. That's my family. Do it big. Anytime Mechanics, Westminster, Google them. James Music and his daughter. Yeah, Brianna, you married Mark the Coke Lord's son and had a coked out fucking wedding. Thanks for the invitation. Never again. Oh, would that be Patricia Duckett's fucking granddaughter? What about her grandson? Oh, the one that's in prison? Oh, yes. What about the rest of them? The dead kids? Yes. My spirit guides? Eva, Justin, Oral, Aunt Sue, Aunt Jean? The ones that you thought the good died young and left us with you, the cursed? I hear you, Morgan. All right, she says shut up. Whatever. Anyways, I understand your need to fit in, but fuck them. I also hear the deep call of your soul. It's time to reveal the truth of the situation, even if it's only to yourself. For you must not hide the true self any longer. And that's it. We're so ashamed of our childhood. We're so ashamed of where we've come from. We want nobody to ever know. I'm seeing Sweet Home Alabama. You're never going to know where I came from. I'm going to work so hard that I'll never have to look back there again. My children will never know these stories. Nobody will ever know what I've been through. No, I'm going to tell everybody. Because I don't look like what I've been through. I went through it and I got the fuck out of it. And I'm going to tell everybody how to get the fuck out of it. I'm not going to hide this. I'm not going to hide your dirty secrets. I'm not hiding any of this. I'm not keeping those things locked up in my memory for your self-preservation. These were your lifestyles that I fucking frequented and got hurt and destroyed and traumatized being part of. I'm not that person. I didn't do those things. I was codependent off of being fitting into different parts of people, parts of humanity, and would, easily put my guard down and be forgiving to fuck shit just to be part of a group, an organization, a religion, just to be part. Because the truth is if I tell you what I think about what you're doing, we're not going to be friends no more. So I better just keep my thoughts and my feelings about everything to myself in order to fit in. How about no? I don't want to fit in with a bunch of people that this is okay. And I'm seeing, at this moment, Big Mike, where she's sitting at the table and they're telling her, oh, that's so nice of you to take in a big black boy like that. Aren't you afraid? She's like, you know what? I can have an expensive fucking salad with somebody else. I'm out of here. I don't need this conversation with you low vibrational bitches. And that's where you get to. You were best friends with it until you can't stand it no more. And all it takes is one truth. Tell them your fucking truth. Drop the mic and walk the fuck out. Set fire to it, dude. Set fire to it. Enough. You've kept yourself around hellish people long enough just to keep around somebody. Those people are keeping you down. Down. Okay, let's see. But now is not the time for you to be quiet. A time for reflection, to be still. The peace you crave requires you to slow down, to stop thinking, and take time out. Give yourself a chance to be silent. Be still. Breathe. Go deep in the sanctuary within. Here in the sacred place, you will find restoration of balance and harmony. Once you have convalesced in tranquility, you will sense peace in every moment. Okay, no, not right away. And that's why people don't want to meditate or pray or slow down. You don't want to slow down, because once you slow down, then all the bad shit comes to mind. If you keep busy, and that's why we're in a mass, movement, the rat race. As long as you keep busy, you don't have to think about how you feel. You don't have time for feelings. That's why people keep busy. They don't have time to feel. That's the whole projection of this matrix. If you don't feel, then you have no power. Your feelings mean nothing. Know that. But as I tell you, your feelings are everything. That's the power of God within you. So the more you deny your feelings, the more you deny your godly essence. You're feeding your flesh, denying how you feel about it. Meaning, I bought all of this shit, but I don't feel good about it. But I'll look good, so that's okay. What? You don't feel good about it? No, but it's okay. And that's it. Like when somebody invites you to go somewhere. I don't really like their food, but yeah, I'll go. Why are you entertaining something you don't like? Just to be in the company. Just to be in the company of somebody. And that's, that's that attachment. Because you want something outside of yourself to make you feel better about yourself. Misery loves company. So again, you don't want to sit at home alone on a Saturday night with your feelings. Just like I saw the other night, nobody wanted to sit in traffic for 2 hours with their feelings when they're supposed to be at work on a Thursday. But God did it. He shut the whole damn freeway down and said, no, you're going to sit with your feelings this morning. And I thought about it. I could feel it. I was like, do you know how many people are raging in their car right now? They're pissed off about nothing that is happening on this freeway right now. They're just pissed. Just upset. Being still is painful. Calming the mind is painful because it's just forcing you to think. Remember this, remember that. Don't forget this, don't forget that. Oh, don't forget what that person said. Oh, don't forget what you got to do next week. Don't forget Christmas. Oh, remember this one time. Oh, and don't forget this, and don't forget this. So then you're constantly just chasing what the mind is projecting in your face. Chip. It's just projections, keeping you going. At some point, you have to turn it off. And that's why a lot of people can't go to bed at night. They're so tired, but then they lay there and they can't fall asleep because the mind won't stop. They can't quiet their mind. And then they're like, oh, I forgot to fucking turn off. I forgot to lock the door. I need a drink of water. I forgot to walk the dog. All this weird shit. You're not processing it. Your brain is on overdrive. And then you wake up the next morning completely still exhausted because your brain was still patterning through your sleep. You didn't actually sleep. Your brain was still on a dolphin patterning. It was still going while you were, your eyes were closed. Do you remember your dreams? Or are you still thinking about yesterday and tomorrow? Yup. You have to learn to stop everything for you. And even that, I have to turn to my kids. No, I have to stop. This is my time. I have to take time for me right now. I gotta see what's up with me. What do you mean? I don't know. I just gotta chill with me and see how I feel. I've been busy for hours. I don't even know how I feel about it. I've just been doing shit. That's just kind of how it is. Give yourself a chance to be silent, be still, breathe, and go into a deep sanctuary, okay? Hell walks between the worlds, bridging the gap between the living and the dead. It is she who encourages the ethereal whispers, fleeting dark shadows, and ghostly presence in the dead of night that you may have experienced. For she wishes you to believe in the afterlife. Now, I talked about this a little bit yesterday, but I know I talked about it on Friday, is mediumship and understanding that it's only in your quiet space where you will hear the Holy Spirit. Your perception is it's something dark and evil because you've watched too much fucking TV. Again, show me a haunted house, and I will show you there's an energy there, but show me that it's hurting someone. Truthfully, you know, you're never going to see the Holy Spirit in a busy world, but only in your dark spaces will you feel and see and sense that the spirits are there. And that's going back to Michael Jackson. You know, you're not alone. You're being guided. You have loved ones. You have angels. You have all different types of beings guiding you and protecting you, because you're the next generation to a long generation of creatures just like you. You're the next bloodline. So they're watching over you. And that's it. And you can only see them in the quiet spaces. But when you hear or feel or sense them, Morgan, you get scared. You think it's something bad because your mind always jumps to fear. Something's under the bed. I heard something outside. Something's going to get us. Where's your God? God's outside. God's under the bed. God made that noise. Right? More faith, less fear, guys. More faith, less fear. All right. Let's see. If you feel drawn or seem the natural ability to connect with the spirit world or those who have passed over into the hell's realm, it is she who has bestowed upon the gift of communing with the spirits. She encourages you to honor those who walked before you. Her dark gift of isolation and insecurity will force you into her hiding place, where she will welcome you in and your secrets in order to consume your fears. As she strips you and your self-esteem, you begin to conceal the truth to save face, and you will witness the death of all confidence, which is when denial will sweep in. This is where I lost Russ over a year ago. We went in, we were here. It was between Falmanach and Hell, and I lost him here. He couldn't actually face the fact that he was all these things. So he started fighting like hell to keep his face. And so that's what it became. It became this battle. I'm not who you say I am. I'm not that person. I'm not that person. No, fuck you. I'm going to show you. Look at my life. Look at my ghosts. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. He does it all the fucking time. Like I said, it's been so peaceful that he's been on tour. But that's it. He cannot face that he really is exactly what I say he is. Although all of us still love him and have accepted it and have learned from his mistakes, he will not wear the skin he wears. He refuses to accept that there's any truth behind my words. He refuses to accept that he is this person. And that's it. He got stuck into his isolation and his insecurities, and it forced him into a hiding place where, he's there with his secrets and consumed by his own fears. Stripped down his total self-esteem, and he begins to conceal the truth to save face. Meaning he tells you, he gaslights you in his music. He tells you that he's hurting, but he tells you he's in control. That's like saying, I do coke, but I'm a functioning drug addict. Bro, you are so... Dude, if you don't break free from your family... He literally says it. Fucked up childhood trauma. A fucked up dad and a fucked up mama. He tells you exactly where it comes from, but he stays right in it. He plays victim to it. He will not face that he is, in fact, the creator of his own hell. And he tries to sell it to you and make you believe that it's happy. But you can listen to the words in every one of his songs. Nobody wants that shit. And then even those around him, it's all material. He's just trying to pretend he's not what it is. He's trying to pretend that he's not of the flesh, but he's nothing more. You find yourself between worlds, neither here nor there. And that's it. Where is he? He's Kanye. It's not comfortable when you feel half dead but also half alive as you try to hold on what's left of the light. And that's it. Kanye's what? Trying to hold on to music. That's Lewis. They won't accept that their time is done. So they're going to continue to hold on to the very thing that has caused them hell their whole life. Lewis sold out everything. Do you realize what he really did by selling out to Ferrari? He sold out everything just to hold on to more hell. He could not. That's how self-centered this motherfucking bitch is. He couldn't accept the fact that possibly in the future, someone else might come and beat his 7 times. He couldn't be as good as Schumacher. He had to be better. Do you think that because of his pursuit of happiness that God is going to gift him that 8-time world champion? Do you think that he's deserving of it? Do you think his intentions are pure? That he is better than those before him? Nah, bro. And that goes back to Marshall. Take a fucking bow, dickhead. This album's no better than the rest. You're just the same fucking... You're the same ass fucking angry rapper pushing the same fucking pen and paper. You guys choose to stay in your own confinements of what does not bring you happiness. You know that they don't want you in that shit. That they're done with you. Lewis knows that his F1 fucking career is done, but he won't accept it. Fucking Russ knows he's never gonna get a Grammy or never be acknowledged as a #1 rapper, but he won't fucking accept it. You know what I mean? Royce knows that it's done. The music's over. It's time to do something new. Is he gonna accept it? And that's what I said. You shared that shit. LL told you at 47 years old, you're a great learner. You're a great student. In 47 years of rap, you still got people calling you a student, and you're okay with that? You're okay with still being a learner? You haven't mastered this shit yet? You masturbator? Sorry, masturbator. However, the pool of the darkness, and that goes back to it. Bobby, you told me. You're not happy with her. You're sleeping. How many women did you sleep with before you told me that you weren't happy with her? And yet you go home to her every night? You're not happy. Why? Why? Why give your divinity, your life, your finances, your energy to a woman that does not make you happy? Nate, NF, your bitch is some... Oh, God. Oh, God, if there was ever a Karen-type bitch, if there was ever an Eve to be had, I get it, because you're supposedly a Christian rapper, but this dirty hippie bitch, oh, my God, Becky, I'm sorry, that bitch, she spends all day blogging other blogs so that she could blog some bullshit. You saw this as a Christian woman? Oh, fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. I'm just saying, why do you stay in this shit? At what point are you going to grow up here and say, I'm not happy? Many people have gotten divorced. Your mighty President Trump. That's why he's president, is because he's such a comeback story. He's a fucking failure that keeps coming back. You fucking parasite. You just keep coming back. That's why you believe in him, because he'll come back, just like the rest of us. We come back to life. You motherfuckers are just dying. You're a dying breed of douchebags. 30s, 40s, 50-year-old douchebags. You've done one... God gave you only one talent in this life? No, you chose to do one thing with your life until you can't even do it anymore. What are you doing? Are you going to do anything more creative? And that goes back to the crafts. Like, you were here to have a human experience, not just do one experience over and over. Groundhog Day forever, ever, ever. Just trying. I'm going to make it this year. This year's my year. 2024 and more. I'll see you in 2025. Keeping it alive, bro. Bee Gees. Staying alive, I guess. Whatever. Keep it going. What, New Year's is your day? On January 1st, you're going to be a whole new you? Well, shit, we've already had like 6 New Years in different cultures. There's another one coming up on Halloween if you want. We just had Egyptian New Year's last, like 2 weeks ago. Pick one. Be new. Quit being the same old same hoe. Fuck. Sorry. I'm in my Lilith. we gotta end this real quick. I got 10% of this bullshit. If you want to break out of hell, you have to break out of hell. Otherwise, like myself, the goddess of hell, or this goddess of hell, or all goddesses of hell, if you would have caught me as Lilith or Persephone, if you would have caught me in any version of my hellish goddess, that's what you get, bitch. If you want to sit there and feel sorry for yourself, fine. If you want to go have a better life, then get up and go live a better life. If you want to sit here, fine. Just wallow in your shit. Haha, I'll laugh at you. Because wonder why I call you bitch. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? Going back to Lucifer. Lucifer didn't put you there. We just laugh at you. We didn't put you here. You put yourself in hell. You put yourself there. And some of us and our other beings just thought it was entertaining because we ourselves don't care for humanity. Why could God give you so much love, compassion, and grace, and then you turn around and treat each other like this? Why do you get all of God's love and then you're this? Look at what you've done with God's powers. You're undeserving. Oh, that's what got us kicked out of heaven. And you wonder why these priests and pastors aren't going either. You fucking false prophets. Ha! Call us the demons. Yep, right? Right. Those are the two, I told you, they're the two crows from the Odins. Mungden and Gungan and whatever. Anyway, so what's your shadow work? Break out of hell. Every Saturday. What are they asking you to do? Every day in my job. Leave that's no longer serving you. God who gives you strength. He's shown you. Maybe only one way. What did he show me? Arizona is a big fat state. How am I going to get there? I don't know. That's it. You follow the star. You follow the vision. And you believe. You believe that this was outside of you. This is pushing you and this is where you go. And when you go there, you find God. He has gone before you. There's nothing outside of God's outside of you. But if you keep going in there, you know what I mean? What is he supposed to do for you in there? Why do you keep praying to him to fix your problems, but you won't fix it? He didn't pull Jesus off the fucking cross. He's not going to pull you off your shit either. That's it. If you want to sit there and take your last breath, George Floyd style, you just want to sit there with someone's knee on your neck and you just trying to be, accepted and a good, civilian, then fine, take your last breath. Me, I'm getting up swinging, bro. I'm swinging. I got more life to live. Who wants some? Is there anyone else? I'm a survivor. I'm not a victim. And if I don't like my life, I get up and I change it. God gave me the strength to do that. He gave me the belief. He gave me the hope to know that I can do such things, that there is life outside of this life, that I can have a better life. I can have their life. I can have their life. I can have whatever life I want. Nobody said I couldn't have it except for maybe your pastor, your boyfriend, or somebody's mother. But I don't believe that. I believe in God. And that's it. I believe that you guys can do this. But again, it's very clear. The cards were very clear. You have to face it. You have to face the truth that you're not happy. Get a little angry about it. Burn the shit down and go, go on to the unknown and find happiness. Hey, I love you. Laters. Bye.